IRS scandal just erupts, leaked documents seal Obama's fate, details. Great planning, isn't that so? With a huge number of Americans concentrating on charges and the IRS this coming end of the week, it's a decent time to recall the IRS has been utilized or really manhandled, in seeking after liberal political interests. How about we simply say there's a justifiable motivation behind why Congress needs the IRS manager John Koskinen to leave, too terrible he won't. With the Obama organization off the beaten path, investigations are being sought after in regards to charges that Mr. Obama and his staff utilized the IRS to target conservative groups. This can appear as serious reviews and additionally deferring the applications for non-revenue-driven status. Despite the technique, it's a criminal mishandle of the forces of an organization that Americans are not too obsessed with in any case. It's especially troubling since liberals like Obama get the chance to utilize citizen cash to subsidize these misuse, while the associations themselves must utilize contributor stores, not to propel the motivation behind the group, but rather to pay lawful charges to safeguard themselves from political assaults. At that point you have Ben Carson discovering a large portion of $1 trillion worth of fraud, and one needs to ponder, what was Obama truly doing in the Oval Office? Judicial Watch is an unimaginably important asset in revealing government defilement. Here's some current news on the present subject. Last week we released 695 pages of new documents containing admissions by IRS officials that the agency used inappropriate political labels to screen the tax-exempt applications of conservative organizations. Other records reveal that the IRS was going to require 501(c)(4) nonprofit organizations to restrict their alleged political activities if they opted for expedited consideration of their tax-exempt applications. This exclusive speaks to a few of the reports Judicial Watch has extricated through its Freedom of Information Act claims. Be that as it may, here's a powerful disclosure. In an August 9, 2013, memo, Karen Schiller, then acting director, Exempt Organizations Rulings and Agreements, admitted the IRS used political labels in targeting the groups for special scrutiny and possible audit. Also, to think we used to make jokes about the previous Soviet Union utilizing its administration offices to threaten its subjects who didn't owe the party loyalty. Obviously, we're not blaming the IRS for the taking of honest lives like its partners in the old Soviet Union did, just of making the lives of those on the wrong side of the political range hopeless. None of this ought to come as a shock. Obama, Hillary, those on the left are, by definition, enthusiasts of a major, capable focal government. They have sold out citizens over and over. Subsequently, we get this kind of mishandle. Be that as it may, in the event that you think this is another disclosure, I propose you invest some energy perusing Thomas Jefferson. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Share the truth, be patriots. Thank you for reading. He did it. President Trump just exposed this top Democratic senator's filthy federal crime. Senator Richard Blumenthal had the tolerability to spread lies about Trump yet soon discovered that he had committed a repulsive error, as the president immediately reacted by exposing Blumenthal's most profound, darkest mystery, which happened to be a federal crime. Blumenthal asserted that he had a private discussion with Trump's Supreme Court pick, Neil Gorsuch, in which Gorsuch censured the president. Be that as it may, Judge Gorsuch quickly denied making any remarks about Trump to Blumenthal, so Trump gave back where it's due by uncovering Blumenthal for lying about serving in Vietnam while crusading for office. What's more, that abuses the federal Stolen Valor Act. Trump tweeted, Senator Richard Blumenthal, WHO never fought in Vietnam when he said for years he had, major lie, now misrepresents what Judge Gorsuch told him? As per the 2005 Stolen Valor Act, falsely guaranteeing to be a beneficiary of certain military adornments or awards keeping in mind the end goal to get cash, property, or other substantial advantages, is a government wrongdoing. In the wake of lying about serving in Vietnam a few times while campaigning, Blumenthal got and was compelled to apologize. He has already confessed to damaging this law, so he could absolutely be charged. This was Blumenthal's apology a couple years ago. On a few occasions I have misspoken about my service, and I regret that and I take full responsibility. Be that as it may, Trump didn't stop there. He likewise got out CNN's Chris Cuomo for giving Blumenthal a pass on the issue and not getting some information about the lie he had told more than once, reports Subject Politics. The president stated, Chris Cuomo, in his interview with Senator Blumenthal, never asked him about his long-term lie about his brave service in Vietnam. Fake news. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Share the truth, be patriots. Thank you for reading. Just in. North Korea sends devastating news to President Trump and America, this is bad. President Trump has as of late moved a U.S. naval force strike bunch from Australia to the oceans around the Korean promontory as a response to the inexorably unfriendly and disrespectful conduct of North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un and his current ballistic missile tests. The rebel state has now guaranteed to utilize atomic weapons if the U.S. chooses to assault the state in any capacity. Be that as it may, President Trump is not being aloof. Donald Trump said that North Korea is looking for trouble inside hours after the state chose to utilize nuclear weapons as a reaction to a potential risk by the U.S. North Korea is looking for trouble, President Trump said. If China decides to help, that would be great. If not, we will solve the problem without them. USA. Apparently, North Korea is ready for any likely attack by the U.S. Our revolutionary strong army is keenly watching every move by enemy elements with our nuclear sight focused on the U.S. invasionary bases not only in South Korea and the Pacific Operation Theater but also in the U.S. mainland, wrote the country's state-run Rodong Sinmun newspaper. Past week, President Trump met with Chinese President Xi Jinping at his bequest in Florida where he asked Xi to react to North Korea's forceful position. After the experience, the Chinese president put forth encouraging expressions on exchange and joint effort. I believe we will keep developing in a stable way to form friendly relations, for the peace and stability of the world. We will also fulfill our historical responsibility, he remarked. Well, I agree with you 100%, the president replied. President Trump specified the meeting on Tuesday on Twitter where he at the end of the day communicated his yearning for China to make a move. I explained to the president of China that a trade deal with the U.S. will be far better for them if they solve the North Korean problem, he said. Trump's current assault on a Syrian base has ideally made both China and North Korea re-examine their future moves. The U.S. is fearless, they won't endure the utilization of compound weapons or pushing of nuclear projects. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Share the truth. Be patriots. Thank you for reading. Leaked. Massive lie rocks Washington, Iran just drops a sledgehammer on Obama, Dems re-enraged. A while ago when points of interest from Obama's nuclear deal went in broad daylight to just a couple of Democrats could guard it. What's more, as I can recall and still, after all, that an ever-increasing number of individuals were certain that the deal with Iran was horrendous. This is a similar motivation behind why now, Donald Trump is turned out to be the intense and legitimate arbitrator. Indeed, even while the battle was on, he clarified the issues with Obama's arrangements regardless of in the event that they were with the expectation of complimentary exchange or outside approach. Be that as it may, Obama's poor treatment of Iran backpedals before that game-changing arrangement. Presently it is being uncovered that paying out billions of dollars to that Islamic tyranny for a considerable length of time. Via Patriot Journal. Adam Credo reports. The Obama administration has paid Iran more than $10 billion in gold, cash, and other assets since 2013, according to Iranian officials, who disclosed that the White House has been intentionally deflating the total amount paid to the Islamic Republic. The latest disclosure by Iran, which comports with previous claims about the Obama administration obfuscating details about its cash transfers to Iran, including a $1.7 billion cash payment included in a ransom to free Americans, sheds further light on the White House's backroom dealings to bolster Iran's economy and preserve the Iran nuclear agreement. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Bahram Ghasemi disclosed that the $10 billion figure just scratches the surface of the total amount given to Iran by the United States over the past several years. The $10 billion figure is actually a stingy estimate, Ghasemi claimed. Maybe there would be some basis behind it if the cash was focused on giving compassionate guide, albeit even that would be questionable. However, an examination expert at the Foundation for Defense of Democracy told. Given the nature of some of this sanctions relief, through the provision of gold and unfrozen assets, this money likely underwrote some of the Islamic Republic's more destabilizing regional activities. At the macro level, all of this continues to prove one larger point: the way the Iran deal was handled and the provision of sanctions relief during and after the talks that led to the nuclear accord continues to create problems for those interested in defending the integrity of the international financial system. So what had the Obama Association to hand billions of dollars of Americans' cost dollars over to the Iranians? Aren't they our enemy? In any occasion, Americans have sound inspirations to trust that this weird cash-related course of action will achieve an end with President Trump. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Share the truth, be patriots. Thank you for reading. Reading, horrible. Obama just got the worst news of his life, total humiliation. Syrians were ready for Obama's help and he betrayed them. Like a defeatist. He was either excessively powerless or simply couldn't have cared less. Both are not qualities America needs to find in its leaders. Obama's activities brought on a gigantic evacuee emergency that is tearing separated Europe. Decent occupation Barack. Would you be able to have been a greater disappointment? The Daily Caller is detailing that individuals over the Arab world are regarding President Trump in a couple of interesting ways and disgracing Obama simultaneously. They have begun calling Abu Aidga al-Amriki, or Father of Aidga, the American, via web-based networking media. The moniker is a term of profound respect and regard for the president, taking after his unequivocal activity in light of the compound weapons U.S. authorities say President Bashar al-Assad requested. And also a gesture to bits of gossip that Aidga was horrified to the point that she encouraged her dad to do what Barack Obama never would. Because Obama was a weak. One Syrian tells me the new nom de guerre for President Trump on the ground in northern Syria is Abu Aidga al-Amriki, a CNN international correspondent tweeted. When I saw President Trump in the United States taking action for the first time after 6 years of calling for help, we felt happy and grateful. Kasanaid, a Syrian refugee who survived a 2013 chemical weapons attack said. Some eatery proprietors in Syria have regarded Trump with more than a moniker. With some notwithstanding changing the name of their shops to respect Trump. One Syrian man who contradicts Assad said he needs to name his first child after Trump. Maybe you in the West hate Trump, but he has already done far more for us than Obama, Najim Hassan, a Syrian who lives in a city occupied by rebels against Assad said. We love him because he does more than he says, he's a man of action and at least he gives us something to hope for. Stunning, what a disappointment Obama was. Trump, be that as it may, has the entire world looking by and by to America for authority. Barack, you won't be missed, and it is a tremendous outrage that you cleared out Trump with such a wreck to tidy up. What's more, as Trump is demonstrating the world, activity is remunerated and weakness is exploited. Is it accurate to say that it isn't decent to at last have a president we can regard and that the entire world regards? It makes a difference. What do you think about this? Do not hesitate and write your thoughts in the comments section below. Share the truth, be patriots. Thank you for reading.